All right, what's up, everyone? I thought I'd do a little video for today. We're going to be doing a Drafters $25 Beat Jeff Mann's contest. I'm going to log into Drafters here, and we're going to fire up a playoff best ball if I can sign in here. Come on, baby, let's get in. There she is. All right, step one done. I am Russell Clay. I am a staff writer over at fantasyguru.com. I am going to be, as I said, playing a Drafters Best Ball playoff Best Ball challenge today. This one, the one with Beat Jeff Mans on it. And we're going to go through an entire draft together. I'm going to give my thoughts on each pick, and we're going to see what type of team I can come up with here. So hopefully this is a fun time, and hopefully you guys learn something. I really do believe playoff fantasy football is much more exploitable than normal angles because it's just much more consistent. Teams are trying, not that they're not trying to win every game in the regular season, but the best players are generally playing, even if they're hurt. And, you know, crazy things do happen, but if a team's going to win, they're probably going to do it with their best players. Thinking of Derrick Henry the last couple years, or Mahomes, Kelsey, and Tyreek Hill, that type of situation. Obviously, there's many different playoff fantasy formats. I prefer. I've been doing drafters. I've already done 5 of the $11, and I did a $3 earlier today. Let's first check out the site rules and scoring. If you don't have a drafters account, that's okay. You don't necessarily have to play on this site, but I figured it's a really good breakdown of what we're looking at here. I guess we can. Let's playoffs. There we go. NFL playoff best ball. The format is a 6-team, 12-round draft that allows you to pick a team for the entry of the playoffs. Each week, the highest scoring QB, RB, 2 wide receivers, tight end, and flex. So that's important. Quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, tight end, and flex. So less than a traditional fantasy league. Scoring slot will count toward that team's point total. The team with the most accrued points at the end of the playoffs wins. There are no swaps and no elimination rounds in this contest. As teams drop out of the playoffs in real life, your players simply won't accrue points any longer. You'll have to balance players that you think will go far with players that can produce big points while they're still alive in the playoffs. Show off your knowledge of your favorite sport and take bracket building to the next level. So obviously for us, we're going to be playing football today. This is Fantasy Guru. There's probably going to be baseball ones as well. But for our purposes today, we're going to be looking at some NFL. And, of course, our fearless leader, Jeff Mans. I'm going to take him out. So here we go. Let's join this. And it's 6 teams. There we go. I don't need to do that, but I think that could be. Here we go. Let's join that. All right. And so with drafters, 6 teams, they fill pretty quick. I would say I have done a few already that I mentioned, and one of them I was not around when it went off and I got auto drafted. And let me tell you, when you auto draft with the playoffs and you're drafted a bunch of auto picked players that are already eliminated from the playoffs, you're probably not very live going into the upcoming week. So we're just gonna wait around for a few more players to join here. But as we do that, let's just take a look at the format. As it mentioned, calendar. Go grocery shopping? I don't think so. I got to do this draft. So when that hits 48, we'll be live over here. But let's take a look at these playoffs. I mean, it's pretty dynamic with this format. Clearly, if you stack a team and they get eliminated in the first round, you're basically going to be drawing dead. However, if you stack a team nobody's picking, like I've kind of been looking at the Raiders, I don't think anyone's really picking the Raiders in that matchup. That could get you some nice equity and upside if you pick a Josh Jacobs or a Darren Waller and they play 2 games. So Jacobs and Waller have been going really late in these drafts. That's kind of something I'm looking at to get different. You know, I went on One Man's Opinion yesterday, and me, Tyler Beaker, Armando Marsal, and Jeff Mans were all talking about playoffs and what we thought the potential scenarios were. There was some Bills talk. There was some Bengals talk. 49ers, I think Tyler really likes them to move on, Tyler Beaker. And, you know, but in these drafts, it's been pretty clear that the Chiefs and the Packers are the 2 teams going earliest in these drafts, which obviously signals that the consensus is these 2 teams are going to be, you know, the ones going longest and maybe playing, in the Chiefs' case, 4 weeks. So, you know, a big change for us this year is only having that 1 bye week. You know, with teams that generally get the bye week like the Chiefs, we haven't really seen them in the wild card round the last couple of years. And because of that, you know, in these best ball playoff formats, or even start-sit best ball or start-sit playoff formats, you're getting 1 less game potentially. Now, they have been going to the Super Bowl the last 2 years, and I kind of envision them doing that again. So if I believe that, right, if I believe that, then I'm going to be very inclined to pick them in this format. We got 47. We're waiting on 1 more. I mean, 4 games is just an unreal advantage. I don't care if it's Byron Pringle. I don't care if it's Mahomes or Kelsey or Hill, who have all been going in basically the first round of these drafts. It's basically set up for the teams that play the most games to have those players win. So, you know, this is where you can have fun with it. There's a lot of game theory involved. Obviously, we can look at Vegas numbers for who we think's going to move on. I think the Buccaneers are a nice NFC pick as well if you're not going to pick the Packers. Buccaneers get 4 games if they win it all. And we get a rematch of last year. But then, you know, when you look at these one-offs, if you're taking Packers, you're going to need these one-offs in round 1. So, you know, if you have Rodgers and A.J. Dillon or Aaron Jones, here we go. Let's get in here. All right, let's fire up. I love how the beat Jeff Mans Invitational here. So I got the 2nd pick, and this one has been Adams and Kelsey have been going pretty closely here. You know, there's no real consensus. I guess you could say Adams, but I'll probably take either. So I've actually only done these on the phone so far. I am ready. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's go. All right, so first thing I look at in these drafters is it signals how many entries these people have played. So it doesn't look like we have, I guess out of 50, Rob Ferg already played 3 times. So 6 times 48, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Whatever. Well, I was not a great math guy in school. So that's about 5 or 6. He's done 50% of them. That's probably a signal. He knows what he's doing. Kind of like in DFS when you see the nice little he's won a GPP badge. That probably means he generally knows what he's doing. So I can't imagine he'll be picking, Jarek McKinnon with the 101 here. So what I've seen so far is that in these drafts, especially these playoff formats, the wide receivers kind of run out quickly. This has been my experience. I really like. All right, let's see what Rob. Well, you know what? Enough of the pre-draft analysis. We're firing right into it. Let's go. Oh, he picked Rodgers. All right, so this is really putting the pedal to the metal here. Here's the question. Like, if I think Kelsey's going to play 4 games and I think the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl, then I have to pick him over Adams, right? Unless we're worried about wide receivers. So I'm going to go Kelsey. Oh, God. Let's draft him. Go. Woo. There we go. All right, we're free. So I think the play is the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs is the optimal play. So unless you're trying to get different, that's going to be my move in the AFC. So I think there's a little more variance in the NFC with the Packers, the Rams, the Cardinals. I think there's a little more variance in that conference. And, the Buccaneers, I don't know that the Packers are better than the Buccaneers. Maybe they are at this stage in the year, but, Daz with the auto pick. Luckily, it's Devontae in the first round. As I joked, if you weren't here a few days ago in that $11 best ball, you were kind of looking at Jonathan Taylor or some other eliminated player. Chargers, whether it's Eckler or whatever. So pretty brutal, but don't sign up unless you're ready, Russ. Come on, man. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my background that doesn't fit fully in my camera angle. We're looking for incremental improvement here, fellas and ladies. But better than seeing my bathroom door, I would say, but certainly not the full green background I was hoping when I purchased it on Amazon. But whether I want to get... All right, we're up next here, Russ. Stop lollygagging around here. All right, so what are our options? We have Kelsey. So Kelsey, Gronk's gone. I like that stack. I really like that play there. So he picked Josh Allen. So here's the question. How many games do I think I'm getting out of these players? I've been looking at Mike Evans as a guy. I know he's hurt, but they don't really have... I'm probably going to go Evans here just because, as I said, you can get quarterbacks later. But I want guys that are going to play multiple games. And, I think that's the right move here. He went Aaron Jones, so see how guys are stacking. And I think that's the correct move if you can do that. I wasn't really in the position to stack with anything. Mahomes, Hill, this is ugly so far. These guys know what they're doing. I would have liked to be on the corners here, and I would have probably liked to do something like that. But, hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So he goes 2 quarterbacks to start. And with Rodgers on bye, I think that's probably a pretty solid move. So do I go Chase here? Or Mixon? I don't love this pick. but Mike Williams got loose against that Raiders secondary last week. I don't necessarily think this is going to be a high-flying event, but if I can get 2 high-end games out of Chase, that would be a win for me. So running back, you only have to start 1. And so in the first few of these, I went really heavy on running back. But the problem with that is it's a weird situation, right? A lot of these guys, you don't know if you're getting more than a couple games out of unless you're talking about, you know, I don't know, Aaron Jones, really? An injured Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Derrick Henry, who has the bye and isn't necessarily fully healthy. So this is kind of a mess. The guy I've kind of been honing in on, the guys I would say, are A.J. Dillon and Sony Michel. Dillon's been really splitting that workload with Aaron Jones over the second half of the year, especially when he was banged up. I mean, it sounds like Jones is going to be back in his featured role, but it's really hard to find wide receivers. After these first couple, you kind of get past Cooper, Higgins, Debo, and then you're down to Beckham, Lazard, Kirk, Boyd, and with a flex, it's tough. And, you can kind of mess around with Kittle, Ertz at tight end and stuff like that. But if I have Kelsey, which I haven't gotten a lot of so far, I might look down here. I don't have a quarterback yet. I think there's some interesting options here. All right, so quarterbacks are running off the board here. I probably actually have to take one here. Maybe Tannehill's a good move. Get that bye week, make sure I guarantee that second week, and then kind of go down here for my first week one. So I'm probably going to do that. Murray is a real toss-up to win that game the first week. So I think that could be, Singletary and Debo. Yeah, see, he sees that that tier of wide receivers dropping pretty quickly as well. Oh boy, this is tough. This is where it gets really tough, and you have to think about game theory. Who do I have right now? I have 16 seconds left. I know that. Kelsey, Evans, Chase. I think I might go Dillon here, just for the upside in the later rounds. So I'm going to go Dillon there. I kind of, that's a little bit of a hedge with Evans there, but not really. If they get to the conference championship, I think we're looking at a pretty good game there. So he went Darrell Williams. Not sure how I feel about that with Clyde Edwards-Helaire potentially playing. But we'll see. Again, if the Chiefs do go to the Super Bowl, that's going to be a money pick. Back-to-back Chiefs running backs. So we're starting to see those guys go off the board. People are fading Sony Michel. I'm not sure why. I think it could be because they think Cam Akers is going to come in and play a big role, which, I'm fine with. But I still think Sony's going to be running as the starter as we head into the playoffs. I've been looking at wide receivers I like here. Kirk, Davis, Boyd as sort of one-offs. You don't know what you're going to get from them. And I'm telling you, these Raiders drop to the end of every draft. Well, look at Waller's way down here. Nobody thinks they're going to beat the Bengals. And if you get 2 games out of these guys and you pick a lot of guys on bye, so I have Tannehill and Dillon, what if I take Carr and Waller. Um, I think that's something I could think about. So I get that first week, and what if I get 2 weeks? And what if Waller has a big game against that Bengals secondary that I believe does struggle against tight ends? So I don't fully know why you'd take Dalton Schultz over Waller with those matchups. I mean, I guess because Dallas is favored, we think they have a higher probability of moving on. But I think that's a tough matchup. So I don't think Carr's gonna go till really late, so I'm just gonna wait. Though Murray is intriguing here. Um, but as a one-off, I think I really should focus on running back this round. I'm eyeing Sony Michel. I'm not buying. He had 20 touches last week. Um, I'm taking him. I'm not worried about it. So I get a guy for this week. Maybe I can stack him with uh, um, Acres later, or maybe I can just grab one of these guys. Jacobs, Harris, Connor. The Cardinals are dropping really far, which I don't really understand. I certainly think the Rams are going to win, but it's there. Okay, there's a Cardinal going. He picked Lazard, so that's kind of a signal to me. Okay. And that's what I mean. Look at wide receiver. It's really topped out quickly. I guess the thing you could do is draft two wide receivers, like go Boyd and Renfro. Um, I could go Boyd here. All right, we're gonna go Boyd and hedge our Chase. Ooh. All right, just got it in there. Just got it in there. So we have Boyd and Chase. Um, this isn't exactly going how I planned it, but you know, um, we're trying something new here. Let's see. So I'm still really eyeing that Waller pick. I don't know why. Um, and I think I'm gonna go Carr here, with the next pick. Um, maybe a Carr Waller stack. Um, just to get that first round of the playoffs in. Then I have Kelsey and Waller. And, Waller didn't do great last game, but I do think he can thrive in this matchup. So if I think that, well, let's see. Who's going higher, him or Jacobs? So Jacobs is going higher. Do I go Waller Jacobs and then hmm. Yeah, because we're kind of getting slim pickings of the teams that can actually have good odds of moving on. I know Chase Edmonds was going to play this week, so Evans, Chase, Boyd. That's pretty thin, isn't it? And this is why it's hard to really wait on wide receiver here. So I just have Michelle right now in the first round. I'm gonna go Jacobs, and then I'm probably gonna go Waller on the way back. Just cause I don't think he should be going that late. Um, they're 5-point dogs. And I don't know. Is he gonna go Waller, Henry Waller? That'd be really smart if he did. Um, yeah. So what quarterbacks are left? Hurts, Garoppolo, Mac Jones, Carr. Yeah, so I can definitely wait another. Um, I'm going Waller. I don't care. So I have 2 Raiders and I have 2 Bengals. So I'm definitely losing 2 players after the first round, but I kind of think that's a decent bet. So you know, both of those teams are frisky, and getting a Jacobs and Waller when I only have Sony Michel in round 1 right now seems like a viable thing to do. Um, Again, this is pretty tough. I am. All right. Now, wide receiver. I think the problem for me now is I really don't have any guarantees other than Evans beyond round 1 right now. So I might have to go dumpster diving here. I've kind of liked Tyler Johnson lately, as the so he picked a second quarterback. Mahomes. Usually people don't pick a second quarterback with Mahomes, so I might be safe. Everyone has a second quarterback other than me and the Mahomes guy right now. So I think that feels pretty safe. Um, Running back. Man. Ooh, a little Garoppolo Ayuk. I like it. And Eli Mitchell. So he's taking a bet on the 49ers winning, getting pretty decent late round picks out of it. Seems pretty smart to me. I think that is a good way to go here. Ronald Jones, Tony Pollard. So no one's picking Najee. And that, you know, that's tough because he's only going to get 1 game here. So who am I looking at? Who can move on here? Who can move on? Tyler Johnson can move on, you know? All right. I think I'm going to go with Tyler Johnson. Stack the Buccaneers, have guys that are going to be moving on. I mean, we're getting to the slim pickings of the wide receivers right now, and we need to start 2 every week. So who are going to be those guys in that showdown slate in the Super Bowl that we're going to be starting? And I guess, maybe some Tennessee guys, Nick Westbrook, something like that. Yeah, pretty rough. Pretty rough here. So I have 1 more round. I'm going to take Derek Carr with my last pick. I need a guy who's going to be there in the last round, Demarcus Robinson, Nick Westbrook. Ugh. This is tough. All right, Demarcus Robinson it is. Though that doesn't totally correlate with what I'm doing here. I'll have Kelsey and Demarcus Robinson, kind of banking on a Buccaneers Chiefs Super Bowl. So I think that's kind of what we're looking at here. I have a little upside with Dylan in those later rounds, but if the Packers get to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be pretty roughed up here. So, yeah, the problem with the middle picks is you're kind of stuck in between these stacks that people are doing. When you get the back-to-back picks, Garoppolo, Ayuk, even though it's late, and then I really like the strategy here. He got Henry and Brown as well. So he's got Tennessee equity, San Francisco equity, and also the Buccaneers' best fantasy options. So I really like that guy's draft. Yeah, let's see. What else? I thought this guy started off strong. Then he picked, I don't love that pick because, you can just wait to the last round to get another starter. So he went with Hurts. So I'm going to get Carr with Tannehill. So 2 games at least. Yeah, who knows if the we'll see. We'll see. I'm not loving this. Not loving this draft by any means, but hopefully Tennessee can make a run here or something. Or, maybe the Raiders can make a run. 3 games or something like that. Get fired up here. So, yeah. All right. Well, we're kind of wrapping it up here. Don't think I'm going to beat Jeff Mans with this round of players, but we'll see. I definitely think I'm live. If it's a Buccaneers Titans Super Bowl or something crazy like that, I think I could see that, especially if I hit hard on the first couple weeks here with the Raiders stack, and there we go. All right, so there's the team, there's the squad: Tannehill, Carr, Dylan, Michelle, Jacobs, and then those 5 wide receivers. Hopefully, we're seeing some good results in that. And then Kelsey at the bottom there. Kind of ugly, fellas and ladies, but we're gonna fire it in there again. I hope this provided some insight into this format and kind of the thought processes. If I'm going to pick a team, I would say Skinna is the paper champion right now. But hopefully I can get some chaos here. I already do have a bunch of teams with Mahomes, so I guess this is a little hedge on that. As always, I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for checking out this video or article, depending on where you're viewing it. And join some drafters. Get in on the fun and beat Jeff Mans. So awesome. All right. Thanks, everyone. And I'll talk to you later.